Hey, good morning, Sanjeev. Thanks so much for joining my podcast today. And I've invited Sanjeev to come on and talk about his work around meditation. And as I'm learning from him, it's had a huge impact on his life. And so I asked him to come on to talk about meditation and then how, for people that are more introverted, how that can be a benefit to practice that. And again, the more that I learn about meditation and have slowly started my own meditation practice, I can see the rewards of that. And I think it seems to be a fairly easy thing for introverts to get into. So welcome very much, Sanjeev, and I'm really glad you could join me today.
Thanks, Tracy, for inviting me in your podcast. Yeah.
Yes, you're welcome. Yeah, now if you don't mind, I'm just sharing a bit about yourself so people know who they're listening to.
Okay.
Yeah, and anything that about the work that you do, just so people get an idea of who you are.
Yeah. Basically, I'm a mindfulness practitioner and author of a book, Practicing the Power of Present Moment. And I have Canadian Mindfulness Research Center located in Calgary, Canada. And that's what I teach people about mindfulness, meditation, how to transcend stress, anger, fear, and how to transcend depression, or how to get rid of the depression, how to improve the productivity level. So these are my main topics on which I share my talk to the people. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and it sounds like a kind of meditation and those harder feelings that we can often struggle with, that you really paired those together, it sounds like.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I know when I've looked at your website, I can see that there's meditation and anger, meditation and depression.
Yes.
And I think anxiety. And I know there's a few other there's two that you listed.
Right.
And some of the people that come see me, the one thing they struggle with is anger. Right. And I think as introverts, conflict is something we just naturally don't do well. So then we avoid it, which then, just like we're talking, creates more problems. Right. So I wonder if you can talk a bit about anger and meditation. I don't know if it might be similar to what you've already said.
Yes.
So if somebody was to come see you, because they're always irritated, they're always angry, and they don't want to be like that. Right. That meditation is a good way, in your experience, is that right, to deal with it?
Yes, it is 100% right, because, the more we suppress the emotion, the more it flare up, So anger is one of them, it is a negative emotion energy which is present within us. And the more we overreact to the situation, the more we become angry. Or another causes of angry, when we are not alert, aware, then we can be angry. Another situation, when we are not aware of the sensation of awareness of the breath at the top of the nostril, then we become angry, where the meditation play very important role. Suppose if I am not able to share my emotion with other and I am keep on suppressing all those kind of the emotion, automatically what will happen, there is an energy of anger keep on accumulating within myself. Why? Because I am not able to share with others, and the meditation play a very important role to how to transcend the energy of anger. The first meditation practice, we have to create a space or gap. Suppose if somebody create anger upon me, just for example, so I don't have to reply to them immediately. Let it takes time, for 2 hours, 4 hours, 6 hours, and then we have to reply them back. So we are creating a gap or a space between the reply, and automatically after few hours the energy of anger keep on dissolving, but the whole problem is happening, anger is happening because we are overreacting to the situation, because we are not bringing the sensation of awareness of the breath. So the first meditation practice which is very important, that we have to bring the sensation of awareness of the breath at the top of the nostril. So as I said before, the more we are aware of the sensation of awareness of the breath, the we are much more focused, relaxed. We don't live into the thought of the past, we don't live into the thought of the stress, or we don't live into the thought of the anger. Why? Because we are aware, we are aware of the sensation of awareness of the breath. So when we put total time energy on awareness of the sensation of the breath, what will happen? The energy of anger, energy of jealousy, energy of stress will keep on dissolving itself, because breath exists into this moment, and only breath is life force energy. So when we bring total energy, total attention, total force into the sensation of awareness of the breath, everything keep on dissolving itself. So this is the first practice. Second practice, what we have to do, we can suggest the people who are with the anger to go for the morning walk, to have a deep connection with the nature. Like they have to be more connected with the nature, like rock, mountain, ocean. Why? Because even if a person is introvert and is having so much anger, we should let them to go for the morning walk, because we should tell them to go to the nature. Why? Because when you go for the morning walk, there is oxygenated air, which is available into the nature. So when we inhale with the help of the breath, the oxygenated air will go inside, and it will declutter, dissolve all kinds of the useless and unwanted thoughts, and it will dissolve, it will transcend the anger. Another way we can transcend the anger is to slow down, pay attention, and watch out our thoughts. What does it mean? The whole problems we are suffering in this world, because we are much more busy, occupied, with our thoughts. And the more we create a space or gap between the thoughts, all kinds of the stress, all kinds of the anger, all kinds of the negativity keep on dissolving. That's what I said. We have to witness it. So whatever emotions are arising within us, we have to witness it. And witnessing means deep observation. Just for example, if the energy of anger is getting up, so we have to witness it. Witness means we have to just think from where it is coming, how did it happen, how we can get rid of it. So witnessing means deep observation, without labeling, without judgment. So when we will witness the energy of anger, automatically, energy of anger keep on dissolving, because we are getting more alert and aware. And that's what the meditation practice teaches us.
That's fantastic. And as I'm listening, I feel like I'm just learning so much about meditation. Because and I loved what you said when you first started talking about anger. The more we repress, the more it flares.
Yes.
And again, anger is such a good example of that, because again, like from an introvert perspective, that like pushing down that anger, pretending you're not mad, and then all of a sudden you're yelling at your kids or your partner, or you can't go into work that day because you can't manage your anger, right? So we never get away, even if we try not to feel it, we never get away from it, right? It will show up someplace.
Yes.
But then as I hear through the meditation practice, if we're really being in the present moment, really, as you're saying, witnessing those thoughts around anger, but we're not feeding it anything else.
Yes.
Right. So then as I hear, then that's how our thoughts can start to change. We might start to see things differently, and the anger slowly dissipates.
Right.
And I know for myself, the more I'm in touch with myself, then the better choices I tend to make. Right. So then I am ready to talk to that person. I am ready to address that thing, because then my mind is more clear.
Right.
I'm never guaranteed how that person will react to us. Right. But like I really hear that meditation is such a great tool that and really can be used anytime, anywhere as well. Like once you have that practice, once you're comfortable with the practice of meditation.
Right. And one more thing, especially for the introvert person, the dynamic meditation practice, in order to overcome the anger. Can I share about it? It is very useful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, please do.
Yeah. Basically, we need to understand that, the property of energy, it keep on changing from one form to another form, it is never getting destroyed. So anger is one of them, so what we have to do, if we are suppressing or repressing the energy of anger within us, so we have to go for dynamic meditation practice. What does it mean? We are just changing the energy of anger into the energy of laughing, we are just changing the energy of anger into the energy of dancing, swimming, whatsoever we like. If you like to go for jogging in the gym, so what will happen, the energy of anger will keep on changing into the energy of exercise, and it is getting released. Why? Because when we are collecting the energy of anger within us, and if I go to the gym, I will do fast exercise, I will walk, I will run, I will use some equipment. So what will happen, I will sweat, and the energy of anger is getting released, and I will get tired. Once I get tired, what will happen, I may feel sleep. The same thing, singing, dancing, whatever you like. If an introvert person like singing or dancing, we have to encourage them, we have to provide all kinds of resources to them, so whatsoever they like. The same thing, if they keep on dancing, the same thing, the energy of anger will change into the energy of dancing. So when he will dance, what will happen, there is a physical movement and activity will happen, and in which he get tired, and after tired he gets sleep. So the energy of anger keep on dissolving itself. As I said in the beginning, energy keep on changing from one form to another form, and that's what the dynamic meditation practice does.
Yeah, and that makes so much sense to me. It just, as you were saying, that when we add movement to the meditation, right, that just how it changes the energy.
Yes, it just changes the energy, right? Yeah. Because we are releasing the suppressed energy. Try to understand, when a person is introvert, he's suppressing all kinds of the energy within themselves. But it need to release into the nature. It need to outlet into the nature. If it doesn't outlet of it, what will happen? It will keep on accumulating, and later on it might explode. He might get angry within himself. He may have some heart attack. He may have some, a stroke or whatever it is, and it will affect them.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that makes so much sense. And that having that awareness, that if you are out for a run or you're dancing, that
yes,
that awareness that you are kind of getting rid of that anger too.
Yeah,
like switching that energy.
Yeah, switching our energy, just changing the form of energy. That's all. We are not doing anything else.
Yeah.
Even the laughter therapy, even we can tell them, go and laugh in a room. When he will laugh, what will happen? Even when we laugh for longer period of time, for 5 minutes, you will see there is some mental tiredness is happening. So why the mental tiredness is happening? Because we are dissipating the mental energy. So what we are doing, we are just changing the energy of anger into the energy of laughing. And he get tired, he feels sleep, and the energy of anger is released into the nature.
Yeah, that makes so much sense. And the one thing that I'll talk to my clients about is to keep anger or any hard emotion, to keep that emotion suppressed. That takes even energy there.
Yes.
So it's like, so once the anger is let out, you no longer have to use that energy to keep it in.
Right.
Yeah. And then the other thing that I can hear as you're talking is that, like, I just hear so much choice in the way that you work with people. Right. So I can be angry or anxious or worried, and I can do something about it. Right. So we don't have to stay in that stuck place.
Right.
There's people like you out there, people like me out there who have different ways to help people.
Right.
And and that's just something that's really standing out for me around this.
Right.
And that it's independent work, but you can still do it with people as well.
Yes.
Yeah. So I don't know if this would be a good place for you to share a bit about how. So if somebody wants to come see you, what does that look like? So if somebody's, they feel like they can relate to having a lot of anger, don't know what to do with it. If they were to show up, if they were to contact you, what would that look like for them?
Yeah, they can visit my website, and my phone number. My website is www.sandteaching.com or www.santeaching.com, or they can give me a call at 403 466 3161.